What's going on? What's going on, members? Can't see clearly. My phone is a bit more upside down. Hope you guys are good on your side. So what's gonna happen now is that I'm having a live session with my premium members name. So the live session is actually gonna be, let's see. There we go. It's actually gonna be with a specific number of people. It's not gonna be like the whole team. It's just gonna be a limited number of people. So it's like a guy.
Or is this like a chill thing?
Nah, it's chilled. It's chilled. You know. Yeah, you can also put on your camera, no problem. You know that would be amazing even.
Sure.
I'll wait. Sure. Okay, let's see. I'm waiting for other members here. Since it's gonna be you, it's gonna be Mopa, it's gonna be Molten and Nombulelo. So I hope that they actually did get the times.
Yeah. So there was most from A, B, C, D. People didn't want those ones.
What about it?
No, because like this is most group D, né?
Yeah.
So like the other groups would like go first.
Yeah.
But people didn't take those ones.
Sure. Can you see me?
Yep. I can see you, bro.
Oh wait. Yeah, so what is it that you're saying?
Like the groups before us,
Yeah.
were their slots like empty. Nobody took those times.
Yeah, nobody took this.
Somebody first.
Yeah. This is actually the first group, you know, so yeah.
Sure.
Our even Moses landed. Moses, what's happening? You can put on your camera.
Okay. You want my camera?
Yeah, sure. If you don't mind.
I Moses. I'm actually visiting now that doesn't know my place.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's fine. I think it's
Sure. So I was actually expecting. So William and Moses are now here. I was actually expecting it's Milton and lastly and Nombulelo and Eric. So I'm not too sure if they are gonna be showing up.
okay.
Yeah. But what's yeah?
No, I like this. The live interaction.
Yeah. No, Joe, the most important thing is because, you know, I know that, you know, like, let's say if I just put in and I just put you in the dashboard, you know, you watch the videos and stuff. It's not the same as you speaking with me, you know, like live like this, and, you know, like being able to, you know, ask some of the questions that you need me to answer. So I noticed that, so I was like, Joe, why not?
Oh, Brad, so you comment on your Instagram?
Yeah. Oh, you can see.
Yeah. See my message today.
Away. You can even see people are going crazy up there. Yeah, you can also comment down. You can also comment down on the Instagram live so they can see that, okay, no, this is William, that this guy is on live session with us.
Okay, I must be honest with you. I don't have Instagram.
You haven't got it?
The way I got hold of you was YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, on YouTube. Oh, wait. Nice.
Nobody was like,
yeah, but what is the difference between, like, let's say Fizzle just landed now. What is the difference between my YouTube videos and the ones that are in the premium course, like from your side, you know?
Well, obviously, like the premium course is like it's a course.
Yeah.
So you're literally like paying for it. So I think your premium one is a bit more like, can I say, professional, and like we are sitting down for lessons.
Yeah.
And then on your YouTube, it's a bit more than that.
Yeah.
I feel that way. Yeah.
Oh,
Because I mean, you're coffee sometimes, so yeah.
Yeah, you saw my YouTube videos. I will not be walking around in the house. I'd be just like literally just chilling or doing anything. Yeah. Yeah, that's I wanted, like, you know, there to be some sort of like a difference. You know, it shouldn't be like the same when you are watching YouTube videos and when you are on the course. It shouldn't be the same. Like, you know, it should show that there's a difference between the two.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Fizzle just landed. Fizzle, what's happening, Fizzle? What's happening, Fizzle? I can't complain, man. We're good to have you here in the team, man.
Yeah, man, it's great, man. I've been learning quite a lot. Been here for a while, though.
Yeah. I know you've been with us for over months now, man. It's exciting to still see you being consistent with, showing up and stuff.
Yeah, man. I mean, always have to try and beef up the knowledge all the time,
Oh yeah, that's a power move, Joe. That's you can also put on your camera if you don't mind. And I can check even Lunch is here.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
A little fast, man, but it's alright.
Away. And Lunch, what's happening? How are you? What's happening with Munchi? Can you hear us?
Away.
Are you good, man?
I'm good, and you are good, bro.
I'm chilled, man. It's good to have you here, man. It means a lot that you showed up.
Pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here, bro.
Yeah, I was actually speaking with William, we spoke about, the two differences, like, just watching the videos in the course and also, having live chats, like visual chats so that we can be able to, like get to know each other even more deeper than just watching videos. So this one is a bit more better, it's a bit more informative, and I just want us to continue pushing it, like, it shouldn't be a one month thing, it should be something that happens maybe each and every once a month or so on. Let me check. Oh yeah. So what are the things that you guys have been seeing for today? Like, do you have any things that you guys are looking at?
I was actually looking at AUD NZD.
And what is it that you're seeing on AUD NZD? Let's jump on it.
I was checking for a sell.
Okay.
Yeah. On the 1 hour.
Okay, on the 1 hour chart. Let's see.
So the channel going down from the daily to 4 hour, and then for 1 hour I was like identifying a double top.
Okay, I can see.
Yes. So like I was identifying double top on the 1 hour for entry. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, nice. I can see on the daily, yes, I can see the channel that you're speaking about.
That changed.
Oh, wait, and we are actually we are now at the daily Fed touch. Did you spot that? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, because I just saw now we are actually at the Fed touch. Nice one, and I think maybe on the daily you can get a bearish candle, starting from today, because since we got that yesterday's candle closed undecidedly, 4 hour, can see 2 rejections, rejected, so there's a high chance of us going to the downside, and also there's a double top within a double top here. If I just zoom in this section, I'm just going through it. Double top here, so there's that bigger double top structure, also a double top within, and also I think it's a beautiful setup that you're looking at, because I like the fact that you can look at this candle here. It impulsed all the way to the downside, it shot to the downside with an engulfing candle. So there's like a lot of it promises us that it can go to the downside, and obviously can grow this. So where were you looking to maybe place your sell entry, your stop losses, and so on?
Okay, so I'm actually in the trade already.
Wow, nice.
We're about 4 points in profit now.
Nice.
So it will continue that way. Where I entered, let me just check the price. At the 1.08312.
1.08.
About that level.
Okay, that's where you entered.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. 1.08312.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, nice. You caught it, yeah. And your stops, did you put it above like this level here?
Above, yeah, like most.
This one, yeah. Okay, nice.
Is that a bit wide or is that okay?
Yeah, I think it's a bit wide. Let's see what the range is on it. Okay, but it's safe. It's actually safe. Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like.
So yeah,
I 20 pips stop loss. Yeah. So like, how are you looking to? Okay, what is the target that you're actually looking at?
So my first targets are at the 07388.
07388. Okay, nice. All the way down here.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, that's a great risk to reward. So how is it that you're looking to manage it?
To manage it.
Yeah. You should have a plan on how you manage some of these trades that you take.
Yeah. So obviously, like, we would want to see a better break.
Okay.
That's why I did enter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of just roaming in that area for now. So hopefully we see a break. I do sort of see that trend line on the 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like sort of 18, what is it?
Support, yeah.
So hopefully we'll like, I think like first resistance will be at the 07900 level. Yeah.
Okay, somewhere around here. You know what because the first thing that you should be looking to do is to maybe remove a lot of risk from some of the trades that you have. Let's say if you have a trade that's floating, whether it's making you money or it's just starting off to make money. The most first thing that you should be looking into is to remove as much risk as possible. So like, let's say now for instance, like this trade here with the, like, let's say it's shot down here, it went a bit more to the upside. You're looking for it to go down, né? So when price is going down, it means that like it creates lower lows and lower highs, né? Yeah. So once, let's say price does break, because you can see this is our previous lower low structure. This is now our lowest high. If price happens to break down here, I believe that you can move your stop loss from like 20 pips to all the way just there. Then you can be risking maybe 4 pips, 5 pips, 4 pips. Then if let's say your stop loss is gonna take you out at I don't know, maybe $15, then when you move it this way, if it does go against you, you're gonna be losing like less. You're gonna lose maybe $3.
Yeah.
You check.
I get what you mean.
You
That's like trade it all the way down.
You keep on trading it, like when it forms a lower low, like you just leave it lower high. Then once it breaks the previous lower low, you move your stop to the recent lowest high.
Yeah.
You check. Because once it does break these lows here, it means it should go down, yes, and then come back, test that low as maybe a lower high, but now previous support turned into a resistance, then continue going down, then you keep on adjusting just like that. Yeah, because you'd see a lot of times, you go from making a lot of like profits to giving it back to the markets.
Honestly, bruh.
Yeah. So it's better. Like it's better to. I personally believe that it's better to make profits, and then when the market goes against you, you either go out with small profits or you go out with no profits, than to go from making $100 to losing $50.
That's awesome. Because this kind of happened to me this week.
Yeah.
On Euro AUD.
Sure.
Yeah. And I think I entered Tuesday.
Yeah.
I had a sell on it. The thing was going into profits.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was an undecided candle on the sell side. And then I was waiting for the next candle to see if it was going to ink out to the outside again.
Yeah.
I was going to lead. But that candle literally went all the way
back to.
Because I had the trade at break even by then. And it shot up all the way past the break even point.
Oh.
And I was like, we're in profits. Went back up.
Yo, imagine now if you never like moved your stop loss to break even, you're gonna be in a negative trade.
Honestly. But I saw that trade, it just took a bit more time, and then it eventually went into in that direction.
Sure.
So I don't know if my, like, because I've noticed like over the weeks non-stop when I focus, they go in my direction, but it's my time.
Okay.
It could be that I was a bit too early or either I was a bit too late, something like that.
Okay.
It was just a flick or something. But like, how can I like get over that?
Do you have enough time like maybe to be on the markets? Do you get a lot of time on the markets? Or maybe school and stuff?
Yeah, like I usually check at the end of every hour.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I prefer entries on the 1 hour because of like other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I feel like the players can we start checking more frequently.
Yeah.
And then on other players, but I'm still gonna where they call it to make the difference.
Okay.
And I'll leave that to them. But yeah, nearly 1 to 2 hours in my vision of the weekend.
And normally, let's say, what time frame do you find it comfortable to place your trades? Like maybe 15 minutes or an hour. Which time frame do you like placing your trades at?
Definitely hour.
An hour.
Definitely hour.
Hour.
Yeah,
So yeah.
But then I've noticed that sometimes, like whereas I decided candle, or on the 1 hour it will show an undecided candle, but in 4 hours it got an income. So 1 hour is definitely into high.
Right. So I think also let's say if you are placing your trades on the 1 hour on the 1 hour time frame, it's best if like also management wise you manage it all on the 1 hour, because that's where you executed your trades. And for the late entry or maybe when you enter a trade, because what I done yesterday is that I entered a trade and then they went against me and then they shot in my direction, But like the best way that you can handle such you know how that is. The best way that you can handle this is like you should have like at least some sort of a re-entry method, like tell yourself that yes, obviously you're not perfect with the market. Like you can enter a trade, it can take you out and it can still go in your direction. So tell yourself that when a trade does take you out but you still see it the same way, you're gonna look for a re-entry for the second time. You don't re-enter more than 3 times. That's better than revenge trading, because now you've got a plan on how you're gonna be going back into the markets, ne? Yeah. So I think you should also just like plan on what your re-entry method will be like, but make sure that you never get to at least not re-enter more than 3 times. At least 2 times it's better. It's perfect this way. And if it takes you out, but it made a week, it's still the same setup, everything, but it just made a week, then you can re-enter again. And maybe your choice would be when you re-enter, you are gonna risk maybe 50% of what you normally risk, or you're still gonna go back with the same risk and just capitalize that way. Because the best trades are not the ones that we go and look for new trades. The best trades are the ones that we just have to build up on. If you see in gold, you've been looking at gold, and it takes you out, you can still keep on following gold because you've been following it for hours, for days and stuff. Doesn't mean that you have to go to a different page. You just have to stick on gold. And also check out TradingView or call levels. Not if let's say TradingView. I think this one here it has to be a paid thing package. But if you don't want a paid package, just go on call levels. An app called call levels. You can set limits of, let's say, an area. If let's say for instance now we're looking at AD and ZD, and the way that we spoke about how you're gonna be managing your trade. Once it breaks here at the low, your low is at 1.08194. So you put that app and then you put this level 1.08194. When it gets to that level, it's gonna alert you like an alarm on your phone, and once it goes off, it went past your level. Then automatically, if you're busy with something, that you just have to go adjust your stop loss and then continue doing whatever that you're busy with. Okay. Yeah, those are things that you need to be looking into.
Yeah, man. And then I wanted to ask,
sure.
On average, what are the profits that we should be looking at? Sometimes I'll find trade will be in 60 profits, and then after that, it starts to reverse.
Yeah. That's
it doesn't sometimes break the 100 value.
Sure, sure. That's a good one because like you need to look at the ranges for the market. Like let's say for instance let me try to, I'm not too sure if I'll be able to share the screen, but I want to show you like the ranges of the market. Like let's say for instance you find out that AUD USD on a day, its daily ranges would be 60 to 80 pips. You know, like maybe 60 to 80 pips would be its daily ranges. Meaning that if you want to take profits in a day, you shouldn't be looking to take profits of more than 80 pips. Ne? You should be looking to target anywhere like 40, 50, 60, 70 pips maximum. Just those are the profits that you can gain from AUD. But if you are looking to target maybe 200 pips, that's you looking in a swing perspective. You have to hold for like 2 days, 3 days, and it can go 80 pips, then it goes 40 pips down, then it goes like 80. You check.
Yeah. Because like, then I'll find that like I put my stop loss down, then price does like bit of a reversal.
Sure.
It goes stop loss and then it goes back down again.
Yeah.
And then it eventually gets to profit.
Yeah.
But you were just supposed to take that stop loss a little higher and not
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's true. That's true. Cause I also was like trading that way. Like I was looking at trying to make maybe 250 pips, and when I don't hit profit, I'll be like, why am I not hitting profits like quick? Like why is it taking too long to go in my direction? Or it can go 150 pips in my profits, and then the next day like it goes down 100 pips. So now I'm just 50 pips profit. So that was a bit more psychologically it messes with your mind, but. When you understand the daily ranges, then you know what to expect in a day from that specific pay. I know for sure if I've got like a 50 pip stop loss, my stop loss should be anywhere less than 10 pips. I'll be able to at least secure 5%, because if my stop loss is 10 pips, so maybe 13 pips, 15 pips, then I can target 3 times that in a day, and I'll be able to secure that. So those are things that you need to be looking at. Yeah.
I mean, sorry for asking all these questions.
No problem.
But like news, man, sometimes I find that the news, it just messes with our trade and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you'll find these long weeks and stuff, like yesterday on USD CHF.
Sure.
Literally, it broke past, like the week just broke past and it goes back up again.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do with news events, like
No.
your experience.
Normally with news events, like I would be lying if I say I do something specific, because I don't follow them like too much to a point where when news do come release, maybe I try to treat them and so on. But if let's say I notice that some major news are going to be coming and I'm in a trade, what I do is that I make sure that I don't overreact, but by doing that I have to just make sure that I either have to take my stop loss if it's at 1%, it's still at 1% and it doesn't allow me to move it maybe at break even. I'll just risk something. If let's say my 1% is $10, I'll take it down to $5. So if the news go against me, I can lose $5 and find out that it's just a week. So after that week, when it closes, then I can re-enter, have my stop loss the same way, and then I'll just ride with it. But most cases it can also just shoot down in your direction. So it's not advisable to close the trade when news comes out. You just have to make sure that if the worst case scenario happens, on which it means that it goes into and hit your stop loss, what are you willing to risk at that specific time? You just, or how are you going to adjust it, and how are you going to get back to it? Because normally you should see at 3:30 with the Nasdaq market, right? 3:30. Did you see how Nasdaq gets messed up and stuff at 3:30? Yeah, the New York Open. Most people they get they get stopped out, they get all these things and so on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dangerous one, man.
It is. Yeah, Lunchi just asked what it's call levels. Just check it out, Lunchi. Your other members are quiet here. I was actually seeing, let me see how it is now. I saw a trade on kids moving to the upside now. I was looking at a trade on the Gemini 13. Let's see how I came with it. Okay. Let me just come down here. Okay, obviously you guys can see my charts, ne? Yeah. You can see how, okay. Yeah, you can see how I was looking at it here, price came, pushed, looked as if it broke out here, but you can see that it pushed a bit more to the downside in a descending type pattern. And then here, I found my, support areas. I was like, if it does break these areas, it means that it's completely gone. But it didn't break this area, so broke up to the upside, and it broke impulsively to the upside. And then it also, it came back with the retracement, not retracement, a continuation pattern after the breakout, which I felt excited, yeah. So I went back on the 1 hour. This is on the bigger scale, the 4 hour. I went back on the 1 hour, yeah. And yesterday I had something like this. I had price being like this, and also I drew my line here, but it forced me to evolve today. And now I've got something similar to this, just impulse, beautiful pattern. And you can see here, where's this? First touch here, second touch, third touch. And also I like the fact that this third touch it came with, take a look at this beautiful rejections here. First rejection, second, third rejection. So, and also this bullish candle here. So it seems like, the market can push to the upside, yeah. So, and this one here, the DEX, normally the time frame that it opens at is 11, and it's already like 2 hours in. So it's at its highest, man. So I'm looking to just go long here, and obviously target this all the way to, this could be our first target, just our first target, but we're coming all the way to here. But I'm not too comfortable with entering it like this because it's a bit more too far for me. I was looking for price to retest these lows once more, because you can see what I have here on the 15 minutes. So what I do normally is that I look at it from the bigger scale. I have the same mindset, the same perspective. I go down and I see like how far down I can go in order for me to find the setup. And if I can still find the setup on the lowest time frame, I'll go down onto it just so I can be able to try to make my stop loss be as small as possible, but with the same rewards of the 1 hour, like that same take profit that I showed you guys. It's what I'm looking to take profit at. But me going down, it only allows me to see where I can put my stop loss. Okay, so yeah, here you can see I wanted price to come a bit more to the downside here, but it impulsed all the way to the upside. So this also does make sense because this was also our preview. You can see this as being our almost inverse head and shoulders on the 15-minute left shoulder here, head right here, and this is what we're seeing now. So can either just place my buy above here, my stop loss below the right shoulder here, and same targets. But now one thing that I like about this is that the same target is going to actually give me a bit more greater rewards. Let's see here. You can see now I'm looking at 6.4%, on which it can literally take less than a day to just hit targets. Because you can see here, like when it goes up, it shoots up there, like it's catching it on the impulsive phase. So those are 3 that I want to execute. I want to be involved in it for today. And I was looking at, I think it was Nasdaq. Let's see what's happening now. Yeah, Nasdaq. Okay, let me go on the 4 hour here real quick. Okay, obviously you can see impulse down. It gave us this beautiful descending type pattern, double bottom here, and then boom, it went all the way to the upside. It broke out this structure here, came back to retest. If I just evolve it like this, you can see retest, engulfing candle, it went up. So now it's confirming with us that it's going to the upside. It's something like you just have to confirm that it's going to the direction that you want to be involved in. So obviously our first target is here, on which is the 90% rule, where structure breaks, it has to, there's a 90% chance of us going there. So our first target is here, and overall target is up here at the highs, breaking highs, higher highs since it's in the upward trend. So here what I've done is that this is the 4 hour, went on the 1 hour. Okay, on the 1 hour, nothing much really, because I tried to actually have my trend line here that supports what it is that I'm seeing and so on, just like this. Boom, boom. And you can see that it's like almost close to first touch, second touch, third touch with this engulfing candle. You can see how it is, but it's the one. it's the one that actually broke out here, which makes it a bit more amazing. But I'm more interested on, you know, taking the beyond the 15-minute, because remember that in order for you to profit from, you know, an upward move, like an uptrend, you also have to have a support. You know, support, it guides you on where to put your stop losses and how you can tackle the trade. And you know, like when you're buying at a support area, it's, you know for sure that your stop loss is gonna be limited compared to when price shoots up and you just want to buy because it's shooting up. Your stop loss is gonna be like super, you check. So
trade lines, sure.
yeah. So what I do normally is that I get that via, you know, having previous resistance here and not having it all the, because normally people will have it all the way from, like, you know, weeks ago, days ago and so on. But here you can see this one is literally from like yesterday around this time. It's around 3 yesterday, the previous highs of yesterday. So I just evolved this line, came all the way to here. It's a significant zone resistance it broke out. So I just want price to come retest and then I'll be looking to take a buy. But now it's a bit more challenging, because if you take a look at this, you can see that it also printed a pattern there. see how this pattern is. So we can also even just put a buy stop here, stop loss below here, and you know, same target that I shown you, all the way to here, boom, 3.7%, and it can take literally less than like a few hours, like just maybe like 4 or 5 hours, then we hit targets. So these are the two trades that I was actually looking at now, the DEX and also Nasdaq. But Nasdaq is actually going to open, you know, 2 hours from now, 3:30. So maybe it can just spike down and then I'll catch that, you know, at the significant zone. But yeah. Okay, gold, nothing much interesting. What are other members saying? What are you guys looking at? And so on.
Lesiba, can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
Alright. I was checking out, I'm actually in the trade, GBP CAD.
Okay, GBP CAD. Okay.
Yeah, GBP CAD. I'm on a sell there. I actually quoted the week. There's a huge week before the down move there.
This one.
It triggered me in.
Nice.
Yes, up there. So that's generally where my sell limit was triggered.
Perfect.
So now I think I have my trade at break even. I took like half the profits off.
Oh, perfect.
So now I'm letting it run, and I'm at break even there. My stop loss is at break even.
Okay.
So hopefully, I'm hoping that it could still move. It will probably reverse now a little bit. I'm hoping that it will still move down.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, because you can see what this huge candle here, you know, and I'm thinking at this time maybe you could have already had, you know, your stop loss be around this area, because you know it ticked you in here, shut down, maybe corrected a bit, impulse, then this is just impulse correction, impulse, then obviously lower high, it broke the previous lows. So basically what this was supposed to do is that it wasn't supposed to, you know, go back in the structure. Like it's let me just draw a box. Let's say for instance, it wasn't supposed to go back into this box, you know. Now it's a bit more risky to still be in the trade, because yes, it broke previous supports which are here, but it was supposed to come back and retest them as resistance. If it does want to retest them, it was supposed to retest them and then still go all the way to the downside. So let's see how many more hours are left. Okay, 10 minutes. And this candle's already like this. We will see after, you know, 10 minutes how it's gonna close. But if it closes like this, then I think you should just take profits and go out.
Yeah, I think now it took me out at break even now. I haven't checked just now that big candle.
Okay.
That big candle there. I think that candle took me out at
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so your entry wasn't at the week, yeah?
My entry was at the top, like at the very top. Yeah, at this week. At the week of that red candle, the big one.
Sure.
There's two big red candles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I think luckily you say you took half profits of the trade that was already running, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think that was a great move. I think we should also have like almost like a plan where you follow. You when you reach a specific point, you take profit. Like the first take profit, we can be 50% of the profits that are running, or it could be maybe I don't know a quarter of profits that are running. Yeah. Because I noticed, I'm not too sure, but I noticed on one platform that I'm using, I just moved into using it now. It's C-Trader platform. It's a bit more different compared to the MetaTrader platform, but it's like almost like the same thing, trading wise and so on, but it's a bit more advanced with the features that it gives you. Like you can literally have a take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3. So automatically when it reaches like the first target, it's gonna take, let's say I enter the trade with 0.10. When it reaches the first take profit, even if I'm not on the computer, it's gonna take 0.3% out. And I'm not 0.3 lots out, and then I'll be left with maybe 0.7. Then when it reaches take profit 2, it will take 0.4% out. Like it's how I said it. So that's something that yeah, it's nice. I discovered it like 2 months ago. So I was like, wow. And then I took all my funds from my account. But I'm still one broker, but I just moved into the C-Trader platform.
Oh,
yeah. So what do you think? Do you think are you looking maybe to re-enter? Do you still think that you could be going to the downside? Like what are your views now with regarding this candle that you're seeing now?
Now, looking at it now, unless this candle ends bearishly, or like it's just a wick and it closes under the structure,
okay.
The green structure there.
Yeah.
Unless it closes under the green structure, I'm not looking to enter sell anymore.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's a good one because actually caused the market to move a bit more like this.
No, I think it was the news. The news it.
Let me see.
On GBP.
The way news.
On GBP. Yes, I think that PMIs or something like that.
Oh, sure. Are we?
I think some also said even on the GBP CHF as well, the exact same sort of a setup like that. Like one can also.
Let's see. I'm trying to.
This was of course 10 this manufacturing PMI.
Something is like it would come at 10. But come because the GBP market it opens at 9, so it would come at 10, but they would affect later. Let's see who wanted to go.
I don't know, is it lifetime or what? Yeah.
6 minutes. Okay, we had but it says here it was like it was medium. It wasn't too high, but we had some news. We had Haldan. Someone named Haldan had a speech. So I think this is the one 10:30. I think this is the one that actually impacted. And now.
I think I wanted to know. Oh, sorry.
Are we?
Continue.
No, you can ask.
I wanted to know, like, lately at the moment, it's been like quite volatile and stuff in your experience because it's crazy. The market's also becoming crazy.
Yeah. I actually did notice, that like the transition, from, but I wouldn't even say maybe lately. I would say maybe even like this year compared to last year, the markets are not the same, because like regardless of a lot of things happening, but just the market wise, looking at the patterns and so on, it's a bit more too messy. It's a bit more too challenging to still be implementing the same methods that you're using years ago. Just have to keep on evolving with it. So yeah, it's And one thing that it taught me, one thing that it actually taught me or forced me to do is, because you have to keep on evolving in the market. So it forced me or taught me to be able to capitalize from these smaller moves. Ne? So maybe be able to make, I don't know, 4% or 5% from just like 60 pips or 50 pips, you check. Because I noticed that if I try to hold 300 pips, like last year I'd be looking to hold 300 pips no matter what. But now it doesn't work that way. I can literally go holding 150 and then the next day, boom, one candle takes me in the negative, and that messes up my psychology. Yeah. So now the markets are just, they're a bit more volatile, I'd say. All the markets are a bit more, because also even looking at it, like, also just by understanding how fundamentals work, most companies, after, this lockdown, everything that they've been through, trying to regain the economically of the country and so on, like you can understand that there's a lot of decisions that are being made, there's a lot of, challenges with companies, there's a lot of ups and downs, banks, a lot of people got fired from jobs and so on, a lot of people lost money, a lot of people lost properties and so on. So those are things that, others are now trying to regain. That's how we saw Nasdaq and other pairs just pushing up, because people are now regaining, companies are now starting to profit and so on. Yeah, so are we?
So how's it?
Sharp, how's it, Moses?
So some of us, the training is not easy because we get full-time jobs, so we have at the office around the clock. So what I wanted to do, look more into indices.
Okay.
Like the volatility indexes here.
Yeah.
So I was looking actually at the 100, because the 75 is a bit too crazy for me. That thing moves small, but it's a lot of value from there.
Sure.
So I don't know if you mind, I was looking at the 100 now. I was looking, I think I'm seeing a sell there.
Okay.
So like a structure.
What's it? Nasdaq 100.
Yeah, I see your channels are joined.
No. Yeah. No, I think it's my phone is running out of battery, so there we go. Okay. I think can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure, we can hear you.
Are we? My phone was running out of battery, so I was like, But yeah, so now it's even a bit more better on the laptop, because I can see you guys clearly. So you are asking, like, what is it that you wanted to see?
I wanted to see if you can also maybe just go through it, because I'm seeing a sell.
Okay.
So I checked the daily, and it paused a bit, and then it made a correction. Let me just open my platform.
Yeah, please do just open it.
So the 100, right? Volatility 100. Because they respect the same setups, right?
Yeah.
Because it's here. No, a specific question here now. These Indian indexes and stuff, man, are these things like legit? Like, you're not gonna it's not scams and stuff. Because I see there's also like big crash 100. Boom crash, yeah, I don't know about boom, man. I think you have to switch. Maybe you use what's it called, binary dot. Lesiba.
Away.
Can you find it there? I think it's on a different platform entirely, like
so
binary
on
trading view.
I can't find it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think so. I've been looking for it. I had to switch to binary. It's a what you call. It uses the same library as trading view.
No, but why when it uses the same one, it's not here.
I don't know why they decided to do it like that.
You said it's VIX 100, ne?
Yeah, VIX 100.
I will look into it. I'll see if I can maybe get it or something.
Okay, but how you get it on TradingView? It's a different link. It's binary.
Okay.
TradingView.
Oh, then you have to have an account with the binary and stuff.
Yeah, no, not to check charts. You can just check chart. It's actually tradingview.binary.com.
Okay, let's see. TradingView.binary.com. Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So you
you'll see the UI is technically the same.
Yeah. It has the same interface and stuff.
Yeah. So I was looking for a sell there. On the daily, it's on a downtrend. On the 4 hour, it's also on the downtrend. But like on the long term, and then it's ranging a bit. But I think that's just a correction to the downside. Because on the 1 hour, yes, now it's making a lot of wicks.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you mind opening the day? I'll show you how I actually got my analysis. Sure. If you go to the 1 hour.
The 1 hour.
I don't know if this is valid though, but I wasn't doing so badly last.
Can you see the 1 hour?
Yeah. So from here, you see at the bottom it says 30 September, the date.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I do a trend line from there. No, further back actually, 29. I drew a trend line that goes from there and touches the 30th.
Okay.
Yeah, and I drew it out.
Okay.
I made it longer to the right here. Okay. So that now looks far. Looks different now.
Yeah,
so I was waiting for a break out to the downside there, but I think it's far now.
Yeah, because looking at it now, like you can see that okay, this is just one phase here, this is a different phase here, and this is like an impulsive phase, and this is just a different phase. So like this trend line can be mixed up with another phase, like it's like two different phases.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. You do have a module on that, but I didn't really get how do you separate. I've seen how you do it also.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how you identify that, this should go by itself.
Yeah. I'm not too sure maybe like how to explain it maybe in a much more simpler way, but you just have to see maybe within like a period of like let's say here from somewhere around you decide whether like let's say looking at the markets here, is it like either impulsing to the upside or downside, or is it moving though in an upward or like ranging markets, like sideways markets, like let's say you can see how the difference is. Obviously here you're looking at this downward movement, beautiful impulsive phase. Then this one here, there's a lot of like red candles and green candles, which is like a simple corrections. Then here it broke out to the upside, né? So this one here, on the 1 hour, I didn't look at it from the bigger time frame daily, so I didn't analyze it, but just looking visually on the 1 hour, I'll be looking for a buy instead because of the fact that obviously yes, it broke out to the upside impulsive phase here. It came back higher low. You can see. Take a look at this. Let me show you this real quick. Okay. Let me show you this. Wait. There we go. Can see after it broke out. Let's say this is maybe our resistance zone that guides us. Like it broke out impulsively. It came back. It retested. Higher low, it's higher high. Then this broke the previous high, so it's higher low. It broke out higher high. You see it's a higher high, and then now price is coming back. It didn't yet create maybe break the previous higher lows, so it's still in an upward motion. It's still in an upward motion. So once it does break the lows, that's when maybe you can say that it's going all the way down to here for future targets. But for now, you can just have this. Maybe
so you just have to check what candlestick it makes on the support that you just drew.
Yeah. Just see what candlestick it makes when it gets. If it does reject, then you know that there's a higher chance of us, breaking highs and creating new higher highs. So the best way that you can wait for this is, let me draw my box here, just by drawing it here on the week. Yeah, remove this one here. He taught me something new. I never knew this, like trading view with binary.com and stuff, so I'm excited.
Sure. This time as well.
Yeah. Because I wrote it down, so I was like, I'm gonna search where I can get this. So as soon as you told me, I was like, wow. So yeah, you can see previous previous resistance came back, support areas. So here we can see if price does reject when it gets somewhere around these areas, there's a high chance of us buying. And if it doesn't, if it closes below, then you can maybe start looking for sources. Either it can come back to retest as resistance, or it can just once it closes below, as long as you'll be able to find an area where you can put your stop loss, like a much more fair stop loss, then you can take it. But I'm siding with the upside more compared to the downside. Let me see on the 4 hour.
Okay, sure, man. Thanks.
Away. Let me
Like
see.
a bit of clarification there.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
But
now,
it's easier if you draw, okay?
yeah. Like looking at it, like that was seen on the 1 hour. Like, looking at it, the 4 hour, I
Yeah.
just spotted something now. Like, okay, obviously.
Yeah, we have a rising chart.
Yeah, rising chart, because
We should
impulse
break to the
down, because impulsing here,
Yeah.
and then correction here, and double top here. So honestly, here you'd have something like this, and then okay, this is even a cleaner one because first touch, second touch, third touch. At the third touch, it gave us this area, double top area. So now you see, yeah, it changed, our perspective because we're looking for.
Yeah.
And let's see how we can capitalize on it. Maybe the same thing here, because it's either you caught it somewhere around here, but it wasn't like super simple to catch here because it didn't give us any clear indication. Or you can just wait for price to close below the structure. And once it does close below, then you can execute a saw. Yeah, you execute. Because here it's not fair. It's not fair for you to execute. Maybe you can say you're taking a risk entry and then you saw, let's say, it's not too clean though, but you saw looking at this pattern. Let's say you decided you want to take a risk entry on which it's not a very good choice. You want to sell here, you're rushing the entry, but you want to sell here just so you can have a fair stop loss, because here stop loss is safe because lower low, lower high, low down as lower low. So yeah, this one is a bit more safe. But once you do take this sell, you just have to see what price does when it gets here, because you might find out that it gets in, then it increases its support and then it goes up. So you just have to see what it does when it gets there.
No, yeah. You could potentially also give a head and shoulders actually, because that could be the formation of the head.
Yeah.
Shoot up and then shoot down again.
Yeah, that's true. Let's okay. Left shoulder being here, head, and then right shoulder the side, and then shoot down. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Yeah, I think the best bet is to wait and see what happens at support. Thanks, man.
Away.
Very nice.
I just had to know, how's the pips on Volatility 100?
Like, on 100 it's not too hectic, eh? It's I think it's almost like standard. But the one I don't like is 100S and 75. Those two are crazy. Because there's like variations, like 100, there's 100S, there's 10, there's 10S. So I stay away from the S for now. Because I don't want to blow accounts here.
So when it has an S like that, does it mean it's more volatile, or does it mean the pip value is more crazy?
I don't know the pip value, not the volatility, because it's not that volatile, but the pip value is crazy.
Nice.
I don't know what the S actually means, but it's just what I've observed.
Yeah.
Oh,
and what is the minimum lot size that you can execute, using these trades? And what is it equivalent to? Like, let's say if you say 0.01, is it equivalent to one standard lot? Looking at it.
Let me see. No, not one standard lot. It's like 0.0 is, I think, 0.1.
Yeah.
Is still greater than 0. Let me hold on. Let me just check so that I give you accurate information.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, like
so on the 100.
Yeah.
Okay, I can actually answer on the 0 on the 75.
Okay.
On 75, I use like super small 0.001.
Oh, it's 00, 0.00.
Super small. It's like the third number from the dot. Yeah, because otherwise that thing was like crazy. I promise you.
Yeah.
Like, when I was doing a demo on it, if you put like 0.5 in a few minutes, you find yourself negative a few hundreds. Yeah, and you don't even see the price difference. If you check your chart, you won't see that this thing really moved that much to be that value. Yeah, I promise you. So the best way you can do is actually do a demo just to check how it moves.
Yeah.
And then have a better feel of it. Because you see, this thing that we've been looking at on the 1 hour, just like it is now, dude, you can run in hundreds of like maybe US or whatever currency you're using, but you can run in hundreds just with small moves.
Yeah.
That's why I prefer prefer to stay away from 75 until I know that, you know what, I'm ready to go.
You're
Now. When you
confident.
go there, you just fly. Yeah.
No, like I was training some of the process initially, just because like the moves there can give you a lot of money. But after a while, when I started hitting stocks and stuff, I realized, I'm not thinking about the stop loss.
Yeah.
And I can make a lot of money, but when that put value in the stop loss, if it gets hit, you're also losing a lot. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the exotic phase.
so I sort of try to stay away from losses now.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask this. I know you made a video on it, but I want to know, like, for example, for me who's working, right?
Okay.
The best time frame for me to trade is probably like 4 hours, because at least I know I'm at work, setups happen, I can still catch them.
Oh.
But then the thing is, if you're gonna take a trade on 4 hours, you find that your stop loss is huge.
Yeah.
So I don't want that. And then what I've heard you say is that if what you can do, you can go to the lower time frame. And if you take an entry on the lower time frame, you have to manage it on the same time frame.
Yeah.
So that becomes a catch-22, because now that's why I wanted to trade the 4 hour, because I don't have so much time to build the charts. Now if I have to go to the 1 hour to check it, it might also not work.
And
So again, it takes me back to there where I have to monitor it every 1 hour.
every 1 hour, yeah, it's a bit more challenging, or like especially when you execute, because like looking at the 4 hour, you'd have a stop loss that's like what, 50 pips, 70 pips, and like the trade that I was looking at now, the one that you're showing us now, it's the 4 hour chart here, and I just saw here, okay, obviously first touch, second touch, third touch, double top, and the way it was actually perfect for us to execute a trade was, I'm going to do this arrow, right here at this inverted hammer. But I know for sure that I wouldn't take this trade because I know the stop loss would be like super huge for me to be in such a trade. And like the targets, let's say if I'm looking to take profit here, 3.2%, and like these are 4 hour candles, it can take maybe 2-3 days. I wouldn't be too comfortable with this. But I think if let's say you can find a way whereby you can drop down your charts, let's say from 4 hour to, you can even use 2 hours. Now you can just easily just go to 2 hours and so on. Use a time that you're comfortable with, because there's 2 hours, there's like literally like 1 hour 45 minutes each and every candlestick. You just have to learn the time frames that if you can manage the chart every 2 hours, then why not use the 2 hour chart?
Okay, that makes sense.
It does.
2 hours is not common, so I maybe give you a different and false perspective, but I'll try that actually.
You can still use, as long as like you are just following it on the 2 hour, like you keep on also like following it on the 2 hours, then it's almost like all the charts are just the same. It's just like it depends on when you'll be able. Like, let's say for me, if I execute on the 5 minutes or 15 minutes, I have to be able to come back each and every maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes just to see the progress and how it is. So if you execute it on the 2 hour and you're waiting for inverted hammer on the 2 hours, it means that you have to come back after 2 hours to see what the candlestick close is like. Yeah, so I think you should maybe
before we move over from this one, Lesiba, please go into the 15 minutes or something I want to check.
Okay.
Because I saw on my MetaTrader that the first thing we discussed, the trend line, I didn't draw it the way I made you draw it.
Okay.
But I think it's still the same thing. Maybe zoom out a bit. Okay, so you see, if you start with at the bottom, the bottom of the trend line, the bottom trend line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So will it be invalid if I draw my trend line from there to where the price is first touching support? That will still be invalid.
Yeah, let me just see. From here to here.
Yeah, like something like that. Will that still be invalid?
No, I think this can work out, because at this time, obviously, like now, it will be valid. It doesn't mean it's invalid, because let's say at this time it's a push, second push, it went up. Then obviously maybe you'd be looking for a third touch just to see what happens if it still continues going down. So yeah, this would be valid, but you see also how it got to break out. It didn't actually respect this line. Maybe around here it broke out. It wasn't too clean. It came back to retest here, went down. But now you just have to, put it out of the picture and focus on what's happening now. It's no longer valid to be used now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Lesiba.
Sure. And also, like, just see if you can, be able to play around with the time frames. Like, let's say now, for instance, 4 hour, you're managing on the 4 hour. Just see if you can get an entry, a stop loss on the like 15 minutes or an hour. And maybe when you are here, you'll be able to execute a trade. Yeah, maybe here, and you look at what it says on the 15 minutes. Let's say this is your lowest low, lowest high. It broke the low, so you like, okay, I'm comfortable putting stop loss here. 4 hour target. Let's say your take profit is at the 4 hour. Then you got an entry and your stop loss on the 15 minutes. But it doesn't mean that you took the trade off the 15 minutes. Your mindset long term is it's still the 4 hour. Those 4 hour candles are the ones that you'll be looking at. Because if it means that you took this trade on the 15 minutes, this is supposed to be a buy because it's the first touch, second touch, third touch. You're supposed to be buying this, saying that it's gonna go up.
Okay.
But now you took it with the mindset of like the 4 hour chart, not the 15, like the long term view of it, like the longer term. Yeah. But your stop loss, you just were able to put it for knowing that okay, it's lowest low, lowest high. It shouldn't break this, even if no matter what happens, it shouldn't come above this level. So you are comfortable with this. The highest that it should come at would be, let's say, for a third touch, a first touch, second touch, third touch, then it will still go down, on which you'll still be in the trade. You just won't be there to see it happening, but you'll still be in the trade.
Okay, you know what? I get it. I think my thing is that the lower time frame normally will shift my bias to a different, like maybe to a sell. Or the higher time frame, I think that's what I've been doing wrong actually. That makes sense. Okay, thanks, man.
Oh, no problem. But it's a beautiful trade, this one.
Yeah.
And also, one thing that I like about just having a small stop loss is that it increases the rewards. The same take profits that you have, you are now going to go from making 2% to 5% on the same take profit that you saw.
Nice. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, man.
Now, everyone is well. Right, so Nasdaq is doing this, share the screen is there. Let me come on the 15 minutes. You can see how this one feels a bit more to the impulsive side. It broke out impulsively to the upside. So we can still manage it and see what will happen. But what time is it now? It's 17:02. So it can still play with us a bit till the market opens, the Nasdaq market opens. So we can we can wait for it. And let's see the Germany 30. Nice. Okay, this one is coming to that section that I waited for. So I can either have two views on how I'm gonna buy this one here. Like let's say like this. If I get a candlestick rejection here, I can place my buys just above that rejection. But I wouldn't put my stop loss here because I still have a belief that it's gonna come to the significant zone and retest it. So if it does just break to the downside, obviously I'll put my buy limits and so on. Which this is gonna be an amazing trade if I catch it like this. And obviously my take profit is my first take profit. Let me do it right here. I'm safe with this one here. Basically I'll just see what happens when it does here. But I'm looking to go all the way to here with it. It can take literally less than a day to just hit this take profits. But I think for now I'll just leave my limits being like this, because I can see it's impossibly going down, so it can just come boom, boom, third touch, boom, and then go back to the upside and go up. I'll just manage what the candlestick closes like. This candlestick, we left with 11 minutes for this candle to close. If it closes impulsively, I'll put my limits, like I'll add them onto my charts and I'll see what happens moving forward. But just so far I'm seeing this one being the only trade that I'm taking today. Nasdaq, I'll just see what Apostle is saying and And also I think the best way, let's say if you're placing your stop losses would be let's say if I put my stop loss and I decide to put it anywhere because maybe I'm too greedy, I put it a bit more too tight, it's gonna be risky. You have to just put it like, let's say, have a lot of areas that back it up. Like here, this is my first touch, second touch, third touch. Yes, if it does come in, I'll be placing my buy and then go up with it. But I can put my stop loss below here. I can also put my stop loss below here, on which here it's the most safest way, because if price comes below here, it means it broke all my areas. It broke my support here. It shouldn't have broken the structures here. It also broke my support here. It shouldn't have broken the structures here. So, like, also when you put your stop loss, you just have to be a bit more careful on how you place it. But yeah, this one here it ticks all the boxes. You can see descending pattern, impulse, breakout pattern. It's almost like a pattern, continuation pattern structure. Boom, next impulse. Coming all the way. First target already, you can see, like, first target already is promising us a 4%. And it's not like I'm being too greedy with, like, I think this is where you should also be looking to put your stop loss. Like, if I enter here, your stop loss shouldn't be all the way down here. It should, like, literally be less than this. No, it should just be less than this. And then take profit, first take profit, on which obviously it's a continuation pattern, means it has to break above that, but it's 4.7%. It's the worst case, let's say worst case scenario if I will take profit at this area, but you know, we're still going all the way here, looking at the bigger time frame, all the way to the previous highs, which is all the way to here, on which maybe I can still, I'll manage it, I'll just keep on managing it. It's the trade that will need your attention on how you're gonna manage it. But, like I guess, like, sorted with maybe asking questions and so on.
Yeah, I don't have like any. And maybe I want to know, like, when you take a break from the markets, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I find like it can be a bit difficult sometimes to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
And to, you know, like, see the charts.
Yeah.
The way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Do you do?
Yeah, like
back in the zone or something.
you should see when I think it was last week when I was like I was away from the markets like the whole week. I literally didn't look at it or so on. But I only came back, like, let's say maybe Wednesday. I came back, you know, on computers and stuff, but I still wasn't, you know, actively trading and so on. So what I done instead is that I cleaned up my charts. Like, let's say if I was looking at when I'm looking at, you know, the DEX market, what I do instead is I clean it up. You know, I just go remove all lines and everything, make it be clean, and then I try to look for, you know, like, just to play around with the scans, like, see what I'm seeing, like daily structure, 4-hour structure, 1-hour structure, you know, moving down to the smallest time frame, but not to try to get an entry or not to try to trade, but to just, you know, remind myself of, like, the structures that I'm supposed to be looking at, like maybe higher highs, higher lows, your daily upward movements, your 4-hour patterns, what they are saying, because you find out that on with the structures that you have now, you might have a trend line from, like, that you drew, let's say 2 months ago, and it's still there, you're still using it, only to find out that you just had to remove that trend line, or you just had to clean your charts and restart them in order for you to have a fresh mindset. No, it's not even because of maybe it's the one, yeah, it's just because of the fresh mindset that you need. Yes, it does bounce on it. The market will always bounce on in a given area, but you just have to clean out your charts just to refreshing your mind and, you know, give your mindset almost like, you know, that perspective of evolving, forever evolving, not using 2 months of data, but evolving, like seeing what is most likely to happen in the near future. So it's not simple, you know, to just come back and, you know, automatically you are like the first day. I think I took like two losses, 1 trade. I think it was break even, or maybe it went into small profits. I'm not too sure, but you'll regain that momentum. You'll regain it bit by bit, like maybe 2 days, 3 days. You'll regain it. You just have to also give yourself time to play around, analyze charts. Even if you don't look at them, just analyze them. Give yourself that feeling of getting back to analyzing and so on.
Okay.
Alright.
And then, like, what days are nicer for you to trade and stuff? Because I know Mondays can be a bit hectic sometimes in the market. So what days do you find that's like best for you for like profits and stuff?
For me, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, good days.
Those days.
Good days. And normally, let's say Monday I'll take a loss, I'll take losses. Tuesday it'll be maybe a break-even day, losses, take profits, and then like a break-even day. But normally when I think that it's a bad week for me, when Thursday, then like I can just literally like hit profits, or Wednesday. Like Wednesday, Thursday is the days whereby I can, cause looking at it like pre-market, when you look at the markets on weekends, you are seeing that Nasdaq has to go up. You are seeing that AUD and ZD has to go down. You are seeing all these things, but obviously, it doesn't mean that when the market opens, it's gonna go down automatically. It's like the banks obviously want to, catch the people on the wrong side. So when they do happen to go down, they go down on themselves. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is when the market normally progresses in the direction that it's given into. And Fridays, it can be a bit more messy. That's why you'd see you go from holding profits Monday, Tuesday, and then Friday you give it all back to the markets. You ask yourself, why did it's a bad week, I didn't progress, and so on. So yeah.
Okay, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now I was like saying rules don't trade on Mondays, because looking back at the history, I noticed Mondays, that's why I started losing.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, we cut Mondays out. I haven't picked Fridays, but
yeah, you should just take a look, because also that's one thing I like discipline on that. That's the only thing that I like discipline on, because I'd be like, Mondays I'm not trading, and then boom, Monday beautiful opportunities come, and it's just like it's tempting, because you're seeing it, you're like, this is a trade that will make my week, and then it goes against you. There's people that can make money on Mondays, but for me it doesn't work out. Like it doesn't work out.
Honestly.
And on days when I make money on Monday, I celebrate, because it's only once in a while. It's once in a while.
Lesiba.
Oh yeah. Oh.
You said you're gonna do the 15 minutes. You wanted to show us some tricks on how to deal with the 15 minutes time frame.
Oh yeah.
You said you were learning something over the past few months.
Oh yeah.
You see, the thing I'm asking is because what I found, like I just explained earlier, like if I go into the too low, like into the time frame, like 15 minutes ish, that thing messes you up, because now you end up looking for shorts while the long term is actually going up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because maybe you're seeing a certain pattern. See, I've been having that actually. I'll see a nice pattern that says, okay, this pattern should break to the upside. Suddenly it breaks to the downside, or probably taps you in and breaks to the downside and takes you out. And then it goes in the direction.
And what pattern would you be looking at it like on?
Okay.
What pattern would you, like, let's say that pattern that you're seeing, you'd be looking at it from what time frame?
The lower, like maybe 15. I didn't actually want to bring this up now because I don't have an example on hand.
Okay.
I need to bring it once I have an example on hand.
Okay.
But if I'm looking like too low, like maybe 15 minutes, then most of the time 15 minutes it'll like break out. Maybe 1 hour it'll break out in the wrong direction.
So,
like, where is it going?
So like how is it do you let's say plan out your, like, let's say on, okay, tell me how, let's say you personally, like when you look at the markets, what time frames do you use and how do you use those time frames? Like what do you use them? Like tell me a bit more about that. I want to understand how you see the markets.
Okay, so I started, obviously there's a long term which is weekly.
Okay.
Into the dashboard, we started the weekly just to get the direction, daily just for direction.
Yeah.
And then 4 hour and 1 hour for patterns and trade execution.
Okay.
But now, I'll see what you do. Would you like to go into the 15 minutes?
Yeah.
So that your stop loss is limited.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you find that your 15 minute pattern is there, properly done and whatever not. But then on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, I still want to retrace. And then you get taken out in that manner. The annoying thing is that I've actually seen it go like, I'll be looking for it to break to the upside, it will shoot all the way to the downside, and then almost immediately it will come back.
That's true. That's true. Gold is a bit more, it plays a bit more with emotions. But one thing that I noticed is that, like, let's say when you're looking for patterns, like let's say if you're 4 hour, you're looking for patterns, continuation or reversal patterns, and you are entering on the 1 hour chart, Well, the best thing that I spotted is that on the 1 hour chart, you shouldn't be looking at that exact pattern. Let's say if you saw a continuation pattern, you shouldn't be seeing that continuation pattern on the 4 hour, but instead you should be looking for support areas on which it's one thing that I discovered recently when I after William even asked us the difference between the markets back in the days and now, what is the difference? And I was like, yes, now you can be looking to take profits of 200 pips or 250 pips or 300 pips in a single day from currencies. Yes, you can from indices, very simple, but from currencies it's no longer like that. It's no longer simple, they're not volatile, the daily ranges are no longer the same as previously in the days. Now the daily ranges are 70 pips, 80 pips, 60 pips, on which your targets should be those exact ranges, ne? Yeah, so one thing that I noticed is that let's say if now I was entering my trades, I was using daily, weekly momentum, upward trends or downward trends and so on. 4 hours looking for patterns Fed touches, is this a continuation pattern, reversal pattern, where is it gonna break between the longer term run and so on, then I'll get that. And then on the 1 hour, that's where I'll be looking for my entries, my candlestick rejections at that specific. If I'm at the 4 hour Fed touch, I'll be looking for 1 hour candlestick rejections, maybe taking it and so on. But it will still give me a bigger stop loss because of the fact that I was taking it with the mindset of the 4 hours. So even my stop loss, I'll have maybe 30 pips stop loss, 25 pips stop loss and so on. But when I dropped down to the 15 minutes, it allowed me to, 1 hour I was waiting for candlestick rejections and so on. But on the 15 minutes, I was looking for something different. Let's say if I'm looking for a buy, I should look for any sort of a support on the 15 minutes, just so when I'm buying on support, my stop loss is gonna be super tight or super limited and fixed. That's why now my friends were actually laughing at me a few days ago when I showed them. I got a trade on, I forgot what trade, I think it was GBP. It was 4 pips. I had a 4 pip stop loss. They're like, Joe, you don't want to give the market a chance. I was like, no, but that's what the market is telling me. It's saying I should put my stop loss here. Why would I want to? Let's say now, if you're saying that this area is your support, yes, 4 hours you saw, daily you saw and everything, but you're saying that this area is your support. So when it gets you are waiting for maybe a rejection or engulfing candle or anything, then it gives you a rejection candle. Automatically it means that you can literally just put your buys above, your stop loss just below here, and you still have the same targets, let's say 6% now and so on. Yeah, so that it changed my mind in a better way, because instead of me trying to find out that at some areas you are buying at the wrong area or you are selling at the wrong area because you are buying maybe at resistance. Most people would be buying at resistance because they're saying it has to break, or maybe it has broken out or something, but they're not waiting for the structure to be support, and for it not to leave you, or for it not to become a trade that you have missed. You just have to look for support, and support, the best way you can look for it is to go on the smaller time frame, the smallest time frame, whereby you'll be able to find that yes, this has broken out to the upside on the, let's say, 1 hour. It has closed above my resistance areas. But now, if my resistance areas, let's say, I'm not too sure if I can get an example here, but if it has closed above my resistance areas on the, okay, let me see, I think we can get something, a quick example. Okay, let me go on the 1 hour. I want to show you guys a quick example. Okay, let's say here for instance, yeah. Okay, but I wouldn't use a zone because it's not a perfect example that I need something like a previous resistance zone, something here. So let me just come here. Even this one can work, but let me use this example and this example. Let's say here you are waiting for a candlestick impulsive to break out of this trend line that you have here. And this candle, this one right here, is the one that breaks out. This candle right here is this one that closed impulsively is the one that breaks out. So obviously, if you can't just enter here, you have to wait for some sort of a support. So if let's say you want to buy it here, where are you gonna put your stop loss? Maybe your stop loss you can put it here, or maybe someone can put it all the way down to here. But if you go down on the 15 minutes chart, then you can easily find. Okay, let me just bring it in. just this. I believe the one that cruises, the one that broke out is somewhere here. It's this one here. So you can easily try to find some sort of a support at that area. So when you do execute the trade, you are able to put your stop loss below support, because you're saying that if it goes below support, it's no longer a trade. It's now something else. It's a rejection. It's a fake out. It's no longer. So here you can see, yes, it broke out. But now when price came here like this, this is support. You can either buy it here or you can put your buy stop above. But it gets you, or it helps you be able to put your stop loss and have your stop loss be super tight. And then maybe you can have this being your stop loss, and then I don't know, maybe you're looking to take profit. I don't know. Okay, not a good risk reward. Maybe you're looking to take profit here, 2.5, and then when it does go up, it activates you. Then you are in on this trade now. And also, let's say here, for instance, let me try see if I can use this example. Okay, yeah, let's say here. You've got this as your resistance zone. So you're trying to see if this area here, like, you can get an entry somewhere around here. And normally if candle on the 1 hour cruises like this, that means that you have to buy here, have your stop loss all the way down to here, and so on which you can use the significant zone to guide you. And by doing this, obviously just have it has to cruise above it on the 1 hour, yes it did, and then you go back on the 15 minutes, and then you try to see for some sort of support turning into this area. On which here, yes, you can see price try to go down, eventually shut up. But if price went a bit more to the downside and then printed some sort of a candlestick rejection here, then you can easily turn this, like you can easily see that it broke out. Yes, I saw everything, but now with that rejection or with that 15-minute candle confirmation, you can easily get an entry from that. On which on the 1 hour it's the same, it's the same thing, but on the 1 hour it will be a week. Like it's almost like you're getting it from like after it broke out, let's say there's a structure, it breaks out and then it comes back with just a week, it goes down, then the candle is bearish, it turns, then it goes back up on the 1 hour. Then when you're looking at it from the 1 hour perspective, yes, it broke out nicely, it went a bit more to the downside, it only maybe created a week to the downside, then continue going up, but you caught that on the 15 minutes because you're able to see those patterns or that rejection on the 15 minute or something that makes sense on the 15 minutes. Yeah, so yeah, this yeah, because it like being it's a bit more tough, because like at the resistance normally some people would be whatever. What's going on? It's a heavy live session here. My laptop ran out of battery. That's how hard we are hustling here. Ooh. Okay. I'm coming back in. What's going on? When nurse trades available now. I'm seeing a nurse trade, Joe. I'm actually seeing text here. So I'll execute on it. This one. Thanks for the listen. Salute. Let's see. Yo, my laptop ran out of battery, Joe. Rejoin. No. Internet. Reconnect. Perfect. Rejoin. I got to post the videos live. Please post it. I'll see if I can post it. I'm not too sure. Join, present, join. Minus 10 log to 2. No, we're back in. Away. Yo, what happened to my sound? Can you get. Okay.
No, we can hear you.
Oh, perfect.
Sound is okay.
Yo, my laptop ran out of battery. Yo, like, my phone ran out of battery, my laptop ran like, everything is just going off. But yeah, like I was saying, it's much more, it's better to, when you are buying, buy at support. When you are selling, sell at the resistance. Don't, buy when the price is still at the resistance. Because let's say here on the 1 hour chart, yes, you can be looking to buy it, broke out and stuff, but truly speaking, it's at the resistance. And this can also be This can also be a third touch. This can be a first touch, second touch, third touch. So if you are buying here, and let's say you come to me, you're like, Joe, this trade went against me. I bought like this, I was seeing a breakout, and I'll be like, no, Joe, this is a third touch. It's at the resistance. Why did you buy it? But if you go back down on the 15 minutes and you're like, no, yes, it broke out on the 1 hour, but on the 15-minute structures where resistance now they turned into support, then it makes sense. You made me see that, it does make sense. You check, it does make sense. Yeah. Oh, yeah, but yeah. So.
Listen, I also wanted to ask.
Oh, yeah.
When price goes very impulsively in one direction, right?
Yeah.
And then it gets to a specific point of resistance, for example.
Yeah.
The next move, if it's, let's say, consolidating
yeah.
The next move, if it's down, is it generally always also down very impulsively as well?
No, not.
The price got there quickly, and then it was a quick little correction, and then does it push down faster as well?
It's not always the case. It's not always the case, because in the found out that the buyers are just strong. The buyers are strong, so they could just try to maybe catch the sellers on the wrong side, or just create maybe a figure. I don't know, but it's not always the case that when it does impulse up, it will come down and then maybe consolidate and then continue pulsing down the same way. It can take time, because I remember what was it? I think it was like Euro JPY or something. Let me search it instead of speaking. Was it Euro JPY or there was a pair that shot up like in a day it went up by over 1,000 pips, and Euro AUD was Euro AUD. I remember Euro AUD. But when it came down, it took a while to come back down. Let's see, like it was like a long time ago.
Yeah, so you see, man, this was the trade that I took on Tuesday.
Which one is it?
It was this Euro
AUD.
Yeah, Euro AUD. But yeah, I think a little bit.
Let's take a look at this spike here. That's the spike. I remember it happened like a while ago. I think it was like a few months ago. But it boom boom, one candle, like one hour candle done this. But see, let's see, like this is how many pips is this? Let's see, 1 hour candle. Boom boom. Okay, I can't see clearly. It went up by over 1,000 pips. 1,050 pips in just 1 hour. You can see here's the pips here. In just 1 hour, but you can see afterwards, yes, it rejected and so long. But it took, maybe to come back and cover that candle. It took like more than like maybe 9 to 12 hours to come back and cover the 1 hour candle. Man. So it doesn't always happen all the time. When the market pulses up, it could just go back down in a corrective, because it could be, let's say it could be this, it could be a big impulse. It could be a big impulse, then a correction, like maybe, and you'd be like, lower lows, lower highs, let me buy. Once you find out that this is just a pattern, you check, then it still continues going up. You check. Yeah. Chawana, let's see what this one is doing now. Shouldn't play with us. Okay, you can see here, like, these are also short-term plays that you can also, learn to play around with. That's if you have two available on the computer. Like, let's say obviously you'd be looking to sell somewhere around here, to buy here. So impulse, correction, it broke out, you can just easily, sell. You have a very small stop loss, then look to take maybe 1%, boom, then when it does hit profit, then here you can just easily go a bit more to upside, but needs you to be super woke on the computer. It's a bit more stressful, because find out that you took a loss on a sell position whereby you wanted to buy. Yes, it was a short-term trade, but so yeah, I just wanted to come here, double bottom, then and I just wanted to place my buy limits here. So it's even like when you're executing trades, I think it's better if you just place trades where you want, even if it doesn't activate you, just place trades where you feel comfortable with. Because if you just place a trade because you let's say now we saw this and you're like, what if it goes up now? It's supposed to enter. Let me just enter now. Find out that it will come and someone will get it here when it's cheaper and you missed out on this. This is also some profits that you could still play around with. Like let's say if you buy here and going up, these are profits you can you can still move to break even or something. So it's important of you to buy or sell where you want to buy or sell. Not where the market is playing with you. Remember, the markets are like emotions. Like it's just people. It plays with emotions. Find out that you want to buy when it broke out of here, but it goes down. You're like, okay, let me buy here. That means when it gets there, I'll be in more profits, and only to find that it's not that way. Yeah. But I'll just see how this is going this way. Yeah. Oh. Allows me to only go to forwards. Okay, and yeah, I think one thing that I like about when you are playing a bit more with the having a smaller text stop loss, because someone you'd see someone having entering a trade with 2 lots and you'd be like, yo, this person has a big account and so on, and it's not even that. It's just the fact that this person got that trade at a price that they're comfortable with, and their stop loss was like, let's say here for instance, if you are buying here, your stop loss literally is here. Find out that here is like, let's say on currencies it's like what, let's say 10 pips. This is just a 10 pip move, meaning that if you're willing to risk with 0.010, it will only take you out with $10. And if you go out with one lot, am I speaking the right things? With one lot, it will take you out by $10. Yeah, am I making sense? I think I'm making sense. Yeah. So let's say if it does take you out by 10 lots, when it does go into profits, you'll be able to capitalize more. Already by 100 pips, you're generating over, let's say maybe 100 pips would be 1,000, so it will be $100 instead of $10. Yeah, with one lot. So just by having a very tight or small stop loss that the market obviously allows you to have, you can have a big lot size. It can allow you to. Because I remember my lady, she should be taking the same trades with me and stuff, and she's very scared to lose money. She would literally have with an account that's over, let's say $700, she'd be trading with 0.01, 0.02, and not be like you playing with yourself. You're supposed to be having 0.40 lots and so on, because the stop loss that you are getting would be like what, maybe 11 pips. When you have a 0.40 or 0.20 lot sizes, it can easily take you out by, let's say $12, $13, which it's okay to lose $13 on an account that's over $600 or $700, you check. So those are things that, but if you have a big stop loss, then obviously you are gonna be let's say your stop loss is 70 pips, then you'd be going in with 0.03, and if it does take you out, you're gonna be losing maybe $20 and so on which it's too much. It is too much. Yeah. But yeah, I just executed this. Oh, there we go. Let me just leave it like this. Perfect. Yeah. But yeah, I think we should just call this on your session, man.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
This is informative.
Yeah, it's nice, Joe. I also like the fact that we get to speak, we get to engage. So we also get to know each other a bit more. So it's things that we just have to keep on doing something like this, and yeah, it's nice. It's actually nice.
Let's check again.
Definitely.
Thanks.
I'm glad that you guys showed up, because I was like, what if others are going to work? What if others are going to school and so on? But you guys still showed up, so thanks a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I'm working, but I took the time. I'm like, I'm going to hop into this one.
I was actually reading a book today, Millionaire Success Habits, and the chapter that I was reading on is success text there. So it's, or what that guy was speaking is Dean Gracious. What he's speaking about is you have to pay tax to gain success, and not as in tax, go to SARS and stuff, but tax as in you have to give away something. You have to you instead of being in work and everything, now you decided that you're gonna take part in this live session. It's almost like you're paying your success text, like almost like the text person wants to see, okay, is this person like really serious to get success? And obviously, if you're willing to sacrifice what I'll do is that when I was still in college, when I'm writing an exam tomorrow, I would literally just read book naked forex. I would, watch maybe some videos, but that was, I guess, my success text. I had to do that. I had to give that away in order for that to reward me for today. So. Yeah, that's when when you have success story, people want to be asking, how did this guy make it? How did this guy make it? Only they don't know that they're taking sacrifices and stuff.
Yeah, sacrifice some.
Yeah.
Thank you. No.
Our. Sure. Definitely. And Leslie,
Next session will be prepared. We are bringing in examples and stuff like that.
Nice.
How we did.
Nice. I'm looking forward.
Cheers.
Sure. And Leslie, just send me this text on Telegram, and I'll give you the serious numbers. Sharp members.
Okay. Cheers.
Sure. Boom. Oh. Yo guys, that was amazing. Super excited, What are you guys seeing? The forex is once. Okay, let me move this to like this. Okay, let me move it like this too. Can I? Oh yes, I can. Nice. Once a new people lose an account, they say forex is scam. Nas Lesiba Steez using chicken from Nasty, someone using a data chicken from Nasty, using details. Yo, just I'm glad that I'll check out my DM, check it out. But you guys, what do you think about the live session that we had? Had with my members just now. So these are things that I'm actually going to be having it daily, like each and every day. I'm putting in the work. I'm taking in, because like there's a lot of members in the premium team, but I want to break it down into smaller groups, and then I want to give them attention that they need and deserve. So instead of having to do live session every Sunday, I do a live session with them, yes. But instead of doing that, I want to just focus a bit more on taking 5 members every day. Every day I take 5 members, maybe an hour. And now this one, it took more than, took over an hour. Oh, it took a bit too long. Close to 2 hours. It took an hour and 45 minutes, So I'm going to be doing that every day, just putting in the work. The only 3 that I took is DEX. So let's see what Nasdaq is doing. The Nasdaq market is going to be opening at 3:30. So I'm not too sure if you can see, but with Nasdaq, I just wanted to create some sort of a support area. Then I'll be out. I just got here. So I'll make sure that I upload this session. I'll make sure that I upload it onto the feeds and stuff, as it will be. I believe that a lot of people are going to get value from it. Broken videos out. Where did you get your sweater printed? Oh, I got it somewhere in Pretoria town. It looks amazing, man. Yeah, it's sick. It's a sick printing also. It lasts, it's powerful. I'm created based on like how many Instagram accounts do you have? Buntu, I only have 1 Instagram account. Others are like scammers, people that will tell you about, investments. Hey, I'll trade for you and all these things. So just be on the lookout for that. Thanks for sharing it here. Also, we also get to learn something. I also want to, because guys, I'm using my followings, like the people that are following me. I'm using that to teach, not to promote a lifestyle. I want to, if I have like a lot of followers on Instagram, then why not use my Instagram platform to teach? So I want to focus a bit more on that. So I'll also be like, when I do have these live sessions with my members, I'll also try to also have live session here too, so you guys can also get to see the question that they ask. You guys can hear. You guys can hear my response. If someone's asking me about this, you'd be able to hear that question, be able to respond back to it. So salute. So there is when you're buying too. Why should I be buying a Bantam buggy? Do you use software to trade? I don't use software to trade. Even though I've got software, like I've got a lot of softwares and stuff. I'm a trader, guys. I have to have everything. So I've got softwares and stuff, but it's not for me. It's not become successful because of your top-down LCG and video things so much that. I'm glad, Joe. I'm glad. It's exciting to hear this, Joe. I just want to see a lot of us like winning, pushing, succeeding, moving forward in life. I guess it's beneficial, Mr. Mothupi. I don't know if they're beneficial, but it's traits that I take. So I'm profitable. To use fundamental analysis. I don't use a fundamental analysis. I only stick to technical. Fundamental would be maybe if I just want on indices, if I want to know what Nasdaq is doing in the long term. I look if you like you're a great mentor as you give people the knowledge they need. I respect that to be so. Yeah, I did get that. How did you deal with the trading after taking a big stream of loss? Luckily, it never took me out to a way whereby I lost everything. But psychologically, I just had to prove to myself that I am really profitable. So I just had to get back into the market. Maybe tell myself that 10 trades. I'm taking 10 trades with the real account, but I'm not placing trades. So I'll say Nasdaq, it's going up. I'm gonna buy like this 1, 2, 3. Then I would literally put my entry stop loss. And then I'll take like the first trade, win, lose. Did I lose? Okay, well, obviously lost 1%. How much did I win? Maybe 2%, maybe 1%, so on. I'll take it down. Then I'll see after 10 trades if I'm back into into my winning streak. Then I'll get back into it. Give a backup in case they ban forex in SA. Yeah, but I don't think it'll get to that point. But at the end of the day, they can't even touch my money. Like it's not even. Yes, I do trade with the broker that's in the in SA. But I've also got other brokers in. Like I'll say my backup is when I have a broker that's regulated from a different country. So I don't think they can tamper that money. It's close to impossible. And also I can't just make money once. I make money different types, different ways. But it's all like this. It's all just me sitting down here on the laptop and coming up with ways. Just even watch the video that I have on YouTube where I speak about how to make money on your laptop, using your smartphone. You can see that I come from far with making money on the smartphone. You're a true leader, Lesiba. Thank you so much, Jermaine. I think it means a lot. Can you organize a fight? 100K on the table. Ha ha ha. How is the signals? Do you do one-on-one sessions? I don't do physical sessions. I only do visual sessions because I think it's a bit more simpler that way. It accommodates everyone. It's better. And maybe I'll get to a time where I do physical meetups and stuff. But for now, I don't do that. I need a good broker. Check the link in my bio. Are they gonna ban forex? No, they won't ban it. Don't go with the news. Okay, let's see. The tax is coming. I've got a buy limit. So I don't think they'll ban forex. Let's see when it comes to the end of the week. Do you delete all analysis or do you just adjust every week? I don't delete all analysis. Maybe I delete once a month or at the start of a new month, but I just evolve. Yes, I clean out what happened the week before and I start to see what's more likely to happen the next week. Can you please make a video on YouTube about psychology? Nice one, Sniper Entry King. I will. Yeah, I noted it down when you mentioning your view on GGJ. GGJ, like the pound market now, it's a bit more too crazy because I saw it short, like everything that has a GBP in it, it's short, like it's crazy. So for now, it's a bit more, it's not a clean setup. I think you can just stay away from it for now. Because look at the 1 hour candle. It's crazy. See how crazy it shot up. Please reply to my DM when you get time. I will. Let me. Okay, let me see. Let me reply to you right now. FD away. Can you deposit I'm not too sure if I understand what you mean when you say can you deposit maybe R100, $100 at Rwanda, or you mean like the minimum that they want. I just did a week. Yes, you thought of Nasdaq after 3. We are. My thoughts is to the upside. Yeah. I've got a beautiful buy setup on Nasdaq, Joe. Got a beautiful buy setup. So I just hope it plays out. But you know, it broke out impulsively. Broke out so it can come back to reach these areas. Let me see if I can show you my charts without having to take. Guys, I have to be out. I need to be in the streets. So Nasdaq is Nasdaq. I need to be out. Okay, let me. So you can see, I'm not too sure if you can see this clearly. Okay, but you can see I've got, you know, previous area here, broke out, it's now somewhere around here. Wanted to come back to retest these areas, then it should go a bit more to the upside. My phone is gonna die now because I'm trying to show you a bit more. It's not too clear though because of this light, but you know, you can see previous resistance here. I wanted to come back, retest somewhere around here, 3:30, because it's moving down as I can see. Then once it does retest, then boom, we're going up. Yeah, I should do imaginary trade. Advice copy trading. I've never done it, so I wouldn't advise something I've never done. The same for this thing is paying tax. Pay tax. I think it's best to just pay tax with, you know, because at the end of the day, it's if you don't pay tax, like when you start to make a lot of money, it will get to a point where you have to pay tax, or they're gonna come for you. So if you're scared of paying tax because you're not making money, it's almost like you're also telling yourself that you won't make money. So me, I just started paying tax when I started to make just a bit of money, but I didn't know what the future holds for me. So I was like, I'm gonna make a lot of money in the future, so I don't want stuff to be coming for me. So that's the belief that I had. For me, it was like, I just have to pay tax. Beautiful room, I like your setup. Thanks, man. Thanks. I'm slowly building it. Just a few months or a few weeks down, you know, I want to put some posters there, Forex Jesus in big, Forex Jesus, set up vision boards and all these things, you know. When are you gonna quit? When are you gonna quit Forex? I'm not too sure. Maybe I'm not too sure. I'm not sure. Maybe I can quit trading publicly. You know, I can just quit trading Forex in the public version, but backdoors, you know, I'd be trading because, you know, I like it. I love it. But YouTube videos are late. Please keep them coming. Definitely, Joe. I've got another video today. It should be uploading now. Let me upload it real quick. I've got a video that's supposed to be uploading now, but I forgot I didn't upload yet. So thanks for reminding me. I'm posting a video today. Just make sure that you guys check it out. And guess what I'm speaking about? I nearly gave up forex trading. So I speak about, the mindset that I had and so on. Okay, it's uploading, so let me schedule it for what time? It's now 3. Oh guys, I need to be out. But make sure that you check out my video that I'm gonna be posting in a few. Just slow to do is banning forex. It doesn't have too much power to ban forex. Can you please send me your packages? Okay, let me send you Paul. Okay, I'll remember. Send you a message. I'll remember to play it. Just drinks water in my day. Must just drink. Yeah, he must just drink water, man. Like parent, must just drink water. Mustn't play with us like that, Joe. We are youngsters, Joe. We are making money. Shouldn't get in the way, Joe. We are just trying. We're not robbing banks. We're not, robbing cars. We're not doing anything illegal. We're not, doing wrong things. We're not in the streets mugging people. We just stay in our rooms. Taking care of family, taking care of business, making sure that things are well. So you shouldn't come and play with us. Stress out with MGL being wanting to trade. But just check out the link in my description box. I've got not description. I'm thinking this is YouTube. In my bio, I've got a free thing down there. I've got a free course that you can take part on. It teaches you on knowing what the market is all about and so on. Definitely, I think I've got one too, but I will. But yeah, I will. It's a lot of comments. I thought I would be able to read out all these comments today, but it's a lot. I'm tagged in. See how I got tagged in here. Okay, I pray that it does for pesos. I had a. Okay, let's see. How do I? There we go. See, Gemini 30. Let's see what it does. What time is it? It's close to, I put a limit on it for indices. It's almost like 4 lots. See what happens. Boom. So let's see what happens. It's the only 3 that I took today. And this is what Nasdaq is looking like since I took my phone away from me. Okay, guys. I want to enter. I didn't enter yet. I want to enter as soon as it gets. So 3:30, I'm left with what? Literally, let's see, a few minutes from now. But once it does come back, this is resistance. Once it does, print a rejection here, then I'll buy here, so I can have a tighter stop loss. I'm going all the way to the upside with it. I'm going all the way. This is my take profit here. If I may zoom out, you'd see why. Beautiful pattern there. Okay guys, I'll see you guys, the ones that I'll check out this live session too, the questions that you have, and I'll sorry yeah, but we'll speak a bit more, we'll talk a bit more about it. And I want to hit the streets, Joe. I want to see what's happening. It's been a successful day online, I was able to play a part in my members, so I will see you. This has been a long session. I think it's like more than 2 hours, but salute.